Helen Yee here at the Schmozone Studios, being joined by the one and only, the man who needs no introduction, and the man of the hour, Mr. Samoa Joe. Great to see you again. I believe a couple years later, right?
It's been a bit. It's been a bit since I've been here, and we've spoken. But yes, we're back here tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm very happy to see you again, and I know you were in town for some business, right?
A little bit of business. Working with WWE now, and we're kind of going around the West Coast area, kind of the Western Seaboard up into Vegas, and we are scouting new talent. We're looking for the next great WWE superstar. So being here in Vegas, obviously a big fight town, a lot of great athletes here. This was definitely a stop that we had to make. So we are in town, and then we're searching.
Absolutely. Well, did you search and find what you were looking for?
We have seen some extraordinary athletes. I will say that. It's Vegas comes as built. I will say that much. So, we've visited a lot of the local gyms here, some other athletic facilities, and we're very pleased with some of the caliber of talent that have shown out.
Well, that is extremely exciting. Just like SummerSlam will be here August 21st. I know all the fans can't wait. Las Vegas can't wait. It will be at Allegiant Stadium.
Yes, it will be.
How excited are you?
Beyond excited. I think, when you talk about the great events during the year when it comes to WWE, I think, for me, SummerSlam is definitely one of my favorites. Obviously, WrestleMania is what it is, but SummerSlam becomes kind of a special tentpole event in my mind because, it's just, it never fails to deliver. It's always a fun, festive atmosphere. It's summertime, everybody's out, the sun's out, everybody's having a great time, and usually the show's red hot, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, what match are you looking forward to the most?
I mean, the card's still shaping up. Yeah. It's easy to pick something now until in the next couple of weeks when something better comes out. So I mean, it's all still amalgamating together, and that's an opinion to be given at a later date.
Well, it is definitely shaping up, and you know me, I got to keep up with some of those rumor reports. Mm-hmm. What about John Cena versus Roman Reigns?
I know John has expressed publicly that he is ready to step back into the ring and ply his trade, but it's always. John's always a threat out there. You know what I mean? It depends on how busy he is. Sometimes he'll come back in and want to shake everything up. So it's a tough call, man. If you were to ask me to predict the mind of John Cena, I couldn't do it. I'm just, I may be well versed in the arts of thugonomics, but reading minds is just not my thing.
Well, you are very multi-talented.
I do my best.
But what about Edge versus Seth Rollins? Could that be a possibility? I mean, I know Money in the Bank's right around the corner too, but...
And see, that's the thing, and this is my big caveat here, is Money in the Bank is just right around the corner. And Money in the Bank drastically changes everything for a lot of people in one single night. Yeah, it is absolutely a possibility, and I know it's something people want to see, but, as the card begins to pan out, trust me, it's going to be special.
Absolutely. And something you just mentioned, WrestleMania. I believe the last time WrestleMania was here was WrestleMania 9 back in 1993. Could we possibly see WrestleMania 40 here in Las Vegas in 2024? As
a unofficial spokesperson for the company, I hope so. Yeah. Obviously, when you talk about big epic nights in sports and big epic nights in entertainment, you talk about a town like Las Vegas. And, I think coming back here with the big show obviously would be quite the spectacle. And if there's any town that could handle it, it would be Las Vegas.
I'm sitting next to you, and you're definitely super epic. Made your return to NXT. How are you enjoying this run so far?
I'm enjoying this fantastically. I'm doing my best to uphold a more respectful system in the bounds of NXT, and it's really great to be back in NXT and working with the talent that's there, because at any given time NXT does its very, very best, and a lot of credit to William Regal and the talent staff department. They assemble some of the finest in the world, and they bring them all and set them together and pretty much set them loose, and that's always been the environment at NXT, and it's something I've enjoyed greatly.
Well, I know that you've briefly mentioned that you definitely want to make that in-ring return. Ideally for you, when would you like that return to be?
As soon as possible. obviously, we still have some boxes we're checking off and getting things done and getting things set up properly and making sure everybody's okay with everything. But yeah, it's been a little bit too long. Sometimes you get the blood boiling, you start to feel it inside, and you're ready to come back. So, I can't say that the fires aren't churning, but I can say that they're definitely a raging inferno right now. So, yeah, it's something I'm looking forward to sooner than later.
Well, I know all your fans are definitely looking forward to that as well. And like I just mentioned a couple years ago, when you and I last spoke, we also discussed CM Punk. Mm-hmm. How's he doing?
Great. He's doing awesome. Punk's never not doing awesome. So I know he's definitely enjoying all the great hockey that's going on right now. And he's my new commentator. I just keep up by watching his Twitter account to see what's going on if I'm not watching the game. So yeah, man, he's enjoying life doing him.
Well, I know he did kind of go into MMA. And speaking of MMA, in your opinion, which current UFC fighter would do the best in the WWE right now? And you could look at quite a few of them, like Conor McGregor, Colby Covington, even here in Las Vegas. I don't know if you saw him today, Francis Ngannou.
I think those people are easy to identify. Yeah. I think the big personalities that you see in the MMA world, those personalities, they translate, to anything, and it's kind of one of the great things about being a very charismatic person is that no matter where you are or what you do, you still have the ability to entice people to want to watch you either get killed or go out there and beat somebody up. So it's a very, very special skill that very, very few people in this world do possess. But, I firmly believe all those things are kind of transcendent, and they can definitely carry over. So the question is simply, it almost answers itself. You look at the guys who are out there who are loud and rambunctious and know how to generate interest in their fights. Those are probably the same guys that could probably do well in the bounds of sports entertainment.
Which one of those do you think would do the best?
The best? Yeah. Ooh. Oh, it's tough. I would say, obviously Conor is above and beyond when it comes to how he projects himself, how he projects what he says, the specific things he says. He has a very meticulous attention to detail when he's really getting into the nitty-gritty of what he does. So obviously he would do great. I think big personality. Rampage Jackson, he was almost built for it. I know he's maybe not as active as he used to be, but he definitely a guy I could see that personality carrying over. And honestly, I don't think there's so many personalities I feel in the MMA world. It's really, really tough to really kind of knock down to one and say, oh, that guy will definitely be a star if he made the transfer.
Yeah, absolutely. But lastly, what would you like to tell all your fans who can't wait to watch you, whether it's NXT or kind of out there scouting?
To the fans, I just say that, trust me, your impatience is manifested tenfold in myself. But there could be some light on the horizon. So we'll be having fun sooner than later.